If you like your wings super crispy and not covered in sauce, you need to try my crispy 5-spice wings. They're juicy, crispy, sweet and spicy, and so good. Start by marinating 2 pounds of wings with salt, white pepper, soy sauce, grated garlic and ginger, and sesame oil for at least an hour, but ideally overnight. Then mix 5-spice and Szechuan chili powder with paprika, salt, and sugar and set aside. Next, mix together equal parts flour and cornstarch with salt, white pepper, and baking powder, then dredge your wings well and let them rest while you heat your oil to 350. We're going to double fry these wings in batches, first for 6 to 8 minutes to cook through, then again for 1 to 2 minutes to get them super crisp. Drain, then while they're still hot, toss with the spice mixture, and enjoy.
This dinner is quick, delicious, and you only need to buy 5 things to make it. Start by heating up your ground beef or ground turkey in a skillet and boil a pot of water. Once your water is boiling, you'll add in some tortellini. Cook according to the package. Shred up some mozzarella cheese. I have this linked on my Amazon storefront, mealsandmunchies.com. You'll then season your meat, salt, pepper, Italian seasoning, and a little bit of crushed red chili flakes. Drain it, add a jar of marinara sauce, and 1 block of cream cheese. Once that's well combined, add in your cooked tortellini. Top this with your mozzarella cheese and bake for 10 minutes at 350 degrees. And follow me for more recipes.
I'm telling you, you're going to love these blondies. They're made in 1 bowl, no mixer required, and just 8 ingredients. You're going to start by whisking together 3/4 cups of melted butter, a cup of light brown sugar, and half a cup of white sugar. Whisk those together until it forms sort of like a paste that pulls away from the sides of the bowl. Next, we're going to add 2 eggs. Scoop that shell out of there. A tablespoon of vanilla extract. Now we just add half a teaspoon of salt and 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. Mix those together, then add in half a cup of chopped dark chocolate, semi-sweet chocolate, or chocolate chips. Next, we're going to pour the batter into a baking pan and add some extra chocolate on top for those gooey puddles. Then bake, slice, and enjoy. These are one of my most popular recipes for a reason, so let me know what you think.
These are the best dumplings I've ever made. They were super crispy and so delicious. I like to mince up some chicken thighs as opposed to buying store-bought mince. I feel like it's much better quality. Then very finely chopping up some spring onion and coriander. And this is what we're going to be popping into the mince. Pop the mince into a large mixing bowl and then crush your garlic. I love this garlic crusher. I got it off Amazon. Then grate your ginger, but not your fingers. Then to that add some soy sauce, sesame oil, oyster sauce. And they always say to mix in one direction and not like willy-nilly. This is when I realized I forgot the egg. Pop an egg in and give that a really good mix. This is the consistency that you're after. Nothing too wet, nothing too dry. This is perfect. This here is a juicy filling and let's fill them up. I'm using gyoza wrappers. I like them because they're a bit thinner. Here I'm folding them very pretty, which I don't usually do. I'm starting on one end and then finishing to the other, pressing to seal. And these are all the folded ones. I think I made about like 40 or 50. Look how pretty they are. Time to cook these bad boys. When cooking them, you have to add cold water. This is pretty much steaming the dumplings to cook the inside. Then when a lot of the water's gone, that's when you start to pan fry and get them super, super crispy. I might have made these a little too big, but they were so good. I'm topping this with some Momofuku chili crunch. This chili oil is delicious. I also added some spring onion, chili, and then some soy sauce.
Time to make one of my all-time favorites. This is my lemon and white chocolate tiramisu. Should I go for it?
Sesame chicken with fried rice. Let me show you how easy this is to make.
Oh, yum.
Add butter, frozen vegetables, eggs, rice, and soy sauce for your fried rice. To the chicken, you'll add 1 egg, garlic powder, paprika, salt, pepper, and some corn flour. Fry it in some oil until it looks something like this. Let's make the sauce. Garlic, soy sauce, brown sugar, sesame oil, corn flour. The chicken goes back in. This is so good.
Okay, I had no idea that the demands for this recipe were going to be huge. So this is how you make my raspberry crumble bars. We firstly start off with an almond shortbread base. It's super easy and really quick to make. The full method and ingredients list are down below in the caption, so make sure you check that out. We're then topping that with a fruit of our choice. I've gone in for raspberries. You could use blueberries, strawberries, did I say strawberries? Yeah, whatever tickles your pickle. We're then adding on a layer of custard, our cooked fruit, and a super simple crumble mix. So you need to set this baby to get a slice just like mine. Couple of hours in the fridge and you'll be fine, but look at that.
Marry me chicken pasta. Now I think it's called that because if you make this for someone, it's going to make them want to marry you, which is exactly what happened with Carl actually. But I've told you, mate, I'm already taken. I'm sorry. A delicious and comforting one-pan dish that is ready in 15 minutes. All you need to do is pan fry your chicken breast, then saute your garlic and shallot before adding tomato puree, chicken stock, single cream, basil and sun-dried tomatoes. Simmer that sauce for 10 minutes until the chicken breast is cooked through. Remove the chicken breast and add in your pasta. I've used casarecce, I think that's how you pronounce it. Pasta water to make everything nice and glossy, and then you're ready to serve with some of that delicious marry me sauce on top of the chicken breast. And it works perfectly for meal prep, of course. Save this recipe for later.
Today, for the 30-minute dinner series, we're making a garlic bread grinder sandwich, and you can definitely get this done in less than 30 minutes. It just depends on how fast you are at prepping your ingredients. But to begin, we're going to mix together our garlic butter mixture, and then we're going to cut our loaf in half and scoop out a bit of the bread. A key to making a big sandwich like this is to hollow out your bread just so the ingredients don't spill out everywhere and make a big mess. We're going to pop our bread into a 400-degree oven for about 6 minutes just to toast it up a bit, and then we're going to get started on our coleslaw. We're going to add all of our chopped ingredients to our chopped lettuce, as well as mayonnaise, vinegar, and our sour cream and all of our seasonings. You want to make sure you give it a taste and adjust the seasonings to your preference. And we're going to get started on building our sandwich. Our bread should be nice and toasted, so we're going to add 3 slices of each selected deli meat on each side of the bread, as well as about 4 ounces of freshly grated cheese on each side as well. We're going to pop it back in the oven for 3 to 5 minutes until our cheese is nice and melted, and then we're going to add our sliced tomatoes on top and season with a little bit of salt and black pepper. Now this is where the hollowed out bread makes the biggest difference, because we're going to be packing in our coleslaw. We want every bit of goodness in this sandwich. Then we're going to close it up, wrap it in parchment paper if you'd like, and cut our loaf into about 4 to 6 pieces depending on how large you make them, of course, and you're done.
Let's make some pancakes. I probably should have sifted these, but who cares?
My chicken breast is always dry. What do? I got you. Most chicken breasts are thick on one side and thinner on the other. You could use saran wrap or a Ziploc bag and just even it all out. Let's hit them with some salt and pepper, chipotle chili powder and smoked paprika, and garlic and onion. If their color don't change, no flavor was gained. Cast iron gets a medium high. Add the oil when the pan's hot so it doesn't burn. Avocado, canola, or peanut worked great. Lay the chicken out and make sure you hear a sizzle. I like a medium high so it crustifies a little slower, so we don't have a crusty outside and a raw inside. I like to flip them after 4 to 5 minutes. This step is optional, but I like to drop in some some butter, and when foamy, butter baste them to finish. If you want the perfect chicken every time, meat thermometer goes directly in the center of the meat, and when it hits 165, it's perfectly cooked. Pull it off and let it rest for at least 5 minutes. For me, this is beautifully cooked. All those spices got nice and toasty, and this is just beautiful. Slice and dice, and we have the perfect chicken breast, just for demonstration purposes. Squeeze of lemon makes it healthy, and as always, bismillah. Comment down below what else you want to know.
How to make Biscoff cheesecake bars with just 5 ingredients. Crush up Lotus biscuits, then pour them into a bowl and set aside 2 tablespoons. Mix them with melted butter and press firmly into a baking tray. Whisk together cream cheese, Biscoff spread and icing sugar until combined, then scoop it onto the base and smooth it out. Pour over melted Biscoff spread and smooth this out, then sprinkle the remaining Biscoff crumbs around the edge. Place a biscuit in the middle and refrigerate until set. Slice it into squares and that's it. They're super creamy and so easy to make. Enjoy!